Red Stroud, number 41, Jack Berkshire, number 32, Jerry Graves, number 53. We're all up for the wall. And an introduction for Berkshire, and the Maroons lineup will have been introduced. Now we should be ready for action here at Starkville, Mississippi. Mississippi State is out. We're unable to see the court because of all the people in front of us on their feet. Kentucky is marching out, and we hope they have a seat when the tip-off comes. Lyle Barnell moves in as Jennings shakes hands with Jerry Graves of Mississippi State. We're about ready to go. They toss, and Graves jumped into the official, knocking the ball away, and will jump again. Here's the toss. Back to Mississippi State as it is pulled in by Gold. Gold moves on the left side for the Maroons, and out to Berkshire. Mississippi State is in that stall lineup, pulling the guards way deep. They hit the postman, Jerry Graves. Off to Gold from 15 feet over Jennings. Good! Joe Dan Gold, the 6'5 sophomore, hits the first shot of the ball game, and Mississippi State leads 2-0. The Cats on the attack. Percival moves to the left, gives to Newman in the corner to Parsons. Mississippi State in a 1-3-1 zone, 1-2-2 zone right now. Parsons moving to the right, gives to Lickert in the corner to Jennings. They take it away from him. It's out of bounds, though, as unable to hold on, Jerry Graves. And Kentucky gets the ball on the right side of offensive court. Dick Parsons will put it in play. 6'5 Joe Dan Gold. The Bandit knocked it away. Stroud holding up the ball game, tying up the right shoe. That's the yell, ding dong, damn it. They don't have the cowbells this year. Parsons outside, fakes, drives, jump shot, no good from 15 feet. Graves rebounding for Mississippi State. And the 6'6" center moves into front court for the Maroons. In against Jennings at the free throw line. He flips off on the right side to Leland Mitchell, who drives out. Mitchell at the free throw line gives back to Stroud. The fans all on their feet. Hardly anybody except us sitting down. Here it is on the left. Stroud driving. Mississippi State leading by 2-0. Here's the goal. Turning shot, no good. A foul on Parsons of Kentucky. A foul on Dick Parsons is the first foul of the ball game. Mississippi State's shooter will be Joe Dan Gold. He has 2 shots coming, fouled in the act of shooting. The signal to shut up, this is a Maroon shooting, goes out, and the first one is good. 3 points by Gold, and Mississippi State's ahead 3-0. We have played 1 minute 26 seconds. 6'5 Gold, second good. And the score is 4-0 Mississippi State. Percival of Kentucky in front court on the right side. Out to Parsons. Down the left to Lickert. In the middle to Newman. He takes a jump shot. It's good. And as Roger Newman hits Kentucky's first point of the ball game after 1 minute 40, it's 4-2. Mississippi State leading. In front court, Berkshire gives off to Stroud. Stroud held deep by Parsons, gives to Graves on the free throw line. Back outside to Stroud. He moves down the left side against Parsons. Brings it back out front, gives a high pass to Berkshire. In the middle it goes to Graves. Graves gives off, jump shot by Mitchell, no good, short. On the rebound, out of bounds, Mississippi State, opposite Roger Newman. Graves will put it in play for Mississippi State. He calls, passes out deep to Berkshire. He drives to the right side. Lickert switching on him to pick him up. Here's Mitchell over to Graves, and a jump shot good. Jerry Graves, 6'6", Mississippi State center, dropping in his first point of the game, and Mississippi State leads 6-2. Parsons in front court to Lickert on the right. A one-hander, good. And Bill Lickert gets his first point of the game to cut the Mississippi State lead to 2 again at 6-4. For the Maroons, Berkshire over the center stripe, yelling back and forth to Babe McCarthy, gives to Stroud. Stroud gives a high one to Graves on the free throw line. Graves out, jump shot by Gold, good. Joe Dangold with his 6-point puts Mississippi State ahead 8-4. Parsons of Kentucky past the center line, fakes to the middle, gives to Percival, in there to Newman, the jumper, good, as Larry Newman gets his second field goal. It's Mississippi State 8, Kentucky 6. All 3 Kentucky field goals have been from the forwards. Up into front court, Graves has it facing Jennings at the free throw line, fakes to drive, gives off, jumper by Mitchell, no good. Rebounding but falling down, Berkshire of Mississippi State, that's walking, and out of bounds, Kentucky. Dick Parsons gives it in to Percival and takes a return pass. Kentucky has a chance to tie it up now with 16-11 in the first half here at Starkville. Parsons down the right to Lickert, in the corner to Jennings, in the middle to Newman. A hook shot is no good, but a foul on Mississippi State. It goes against Gold, his first. Each team has committed 1 foul. 16:04 in the first half. Roger Newman on the line for 2 shots as he was fouled in the act of shooting. So with Newman on the free throw line, here's the first shot. Good. Newman's 5th point cuts the Mississippi State lead to 1. Adolph Rupp signaling a timeout from the bench. It is taken by the Cats. And so the clock stopped at 16:04 of the first half, and the score, Mississippi State 8, Kentucky 7. The scoring so far, the top man is Joe Dangold, the 6'5 sophomore, with 6 points, 2 field goals, 2 free throws, and Jerry Graves has 2 points. Kentucky has Newman with 5 and Lickert with 2. Be a thrifty one in 61. Take your car by your nearby Standard Oil dealer regularly for his life-preserving Kaiser lubrication with Molly Grease. Taking care of your car pays off, not only in extending its life, but in increasing its trade-in value when you're ready to trade for a new one. Here at Starkville, Mississippi State leading Kentucky by 1. And when we resume action, Roger Newman will be on the free throw line for 1 shot that could tie the game for the first time after Mississippi State broke on top by 4-0. Mississippi State moving from its bench out to the Kentucky free throw line without a change in the lineup. Kentucky is moving back with no change in the lineup. A very unusual thing for Kentucky Wildcats, trailing by just 1 point, to call a timeout, especially in less than 4 minutes of play. Roger Newman is shooting the second of 2 as he was fouled in the act of shooting by Joe Dangold. Newman has the ball, and the free throw, good. As Newman gets his 6th point to match Gold for scoring honors, it's an 8-8 ball game. Kentucky tied up for the first time. Now in the front court, Berkshire out deep, feeds the pivot, Graves. Knocked down by Parsons, and fouled by Parsons as he went back to get it a second time and caught Graves across the arms. 2 fouls against Kentucky, both on Parsons. Graves of Mississippi State, 1 shot. Chance to return the lead to the Maroons. Mississippi State pulls both guards back midway to center court as Graves' free throw, good. Mississippi State takes the lead, 9-8. In front court, Percival hits Lickert on the right side. Lickert moves out. Newman is playing the offensive pivot tonight. Here it is to Parsons. Down the left to Percival. Out to Parsons, back to Percival. Into Jennings on the left side. He shoots. No good with a jumper. Newman taps. No good. Percival rebounds deep. Gives into the middle to Newman. On the right to Lickert. Out of the corner. It's good. As Lickert cans a shot from the right corner, Kentucky has the lead for the first time at 10-9. Up into front court now, Stroud of Mississippi State gives over to Berkshire. Berkshire looks to the left side, takes it down there, free throw line deep, passes to the pivot, and Graves slants off toward the left corner where Newman switches. At the baseline, he goes, double team, gives it off in the corner to Gold. Back to Graves in the pivot against Jennings, goes out of shooting position, flips one at Lickert, cuts off for Kentucky. Lickert gets a double team and then fires over to Larry Percival. Percival in front court with a 1-point Kentucky lead. Giving to the left side, Parsons. Into Jennings. The hook shot from the left side is no good. Mississippi State's got the rebound. Coming out with it is Leland Mitchell. In front court, on the right side to Stroud. Under the basket. He missed it. On the rebound. Picked up by Roger Newman. And a foul against Mississippi State. It goes against Jack Berkshire. On the line is Roger Newman of Kentucky, shooting 1. Each team has committed 2 personal fouls. 14:35 in this first half here at Starkville. Kentucky has come from behind to take its lead. Newman's free throw is no good. Tapped by Jennings, no good. And rebounded by Mississippi State's Jack Berkshire. Still 10-9 Kentucky with Berkshire in front court for the Maroons. Looking to the right side, he gives to the pivot. Jerry Graves playing 20 feet away. He moves to the right, gives it off, and a one-hander up and no good, short by Jack Berkshire. Rebounded by Leland Mitchell at the baseline to the right side against Lickert. He comes out, gets it to Graves. Graves in the 3-second zone. Fouled by Jennings. That's the first foul by Ned Jennings of Kentucky, and number 3 on the Wildcats, as Graves goes to the line for 1 shot. Mississippi State has not missed a free throw. Graves is 1 for 1. 14:07 in the first half, a chance to tie. Got it. And Mississippi State catches up at 10-10. In front court, Lickert on the right side against Graves, drives the baseline, gives Percival open from 15 feet. Got it. Larry Percival is the first guard to score, and it's 12-10 Kentucky. Lickert takes the ball beautifully away from Mitchell, and it's out of bounds Kentucky. The official signaled, then reversed himself and gives it to Mississippi State's Jerry Graves. Barnell signaled Kentucky's ball out of bounds. Pass in, hook up no good by Mitchell. Beautiful rebound by Jennings. Up to Percival in front court quickly on the right side, Roger Newman. Newman to Lickert. He takes the long one-hander, no good. Tapped by Parsons, no good. Rebounded by Jennings, who turns and shoots good. Ned Jennings' first point of the game. Kentucky leads 14-10, and timeout Mississippi State. Stroud calling timeout now is recognized. Babe McCarthy signaled timeout. Stroud signaled, but the official did not see him. We have 13 minutes, 23 seconds in the first half. Kentucky 14, Mississippi State 10. We're here at Starkville, and the scoring so far, Kentucky's Roger Newman has 6 points with 2 field goals and 2 out of 3 free throws. Bill Lickert has 4 points on 2 field goals. Jennings and Percival with 2 points each on a field goal. Parsons is scoreless. For Mississippi State, Joe Dango with 6 points, 2 field goals, 2 free throws, and Jerry Graves 4 points, a field goal, and 2 free throws. Mississippi State ready to go. Red Stroud will get the ball at midcourt for the Maroons. Mississippi State making no change. Each team has called 1 timeout. 6'1" Stroud at midcourt, a bounce pass in to Jack Berkshire, and Mississippi State has the ball ready to go. In front court, setting it up, a balanced attack. Into the pivot it goes to Jerry Graves. Tries to hang one of the guards off, but can't do it. Off on the right to Stroud. Graves, playing a high pivot, is trying to, with both of his guards breaking by, to hang one of the others on him. He's had 200 free throws this year. Into the pivot to Graves. Graves with a jump shot. Good. That's a 6-point by Jerry Graves. Cuts the Kentucky lead in half at 14-12. Dick Parsons up into front court. Down the right side to Lickert. Looks to Newman in the pivot. Gives him a bounce pass. He throws it right to Mississippi State's Jerry Graves. Up into front court for the Maroons on the right. Shot no good as it's rebounded by Newman of Kentucky as Berkshire missed it. Over to Percival and up into front court for the Wildcats. He gives to Roger Newman. They give Newman the shot from the side, and it's no good. Jennings taps, no good. And Newman let it hit him on the arm and go out of bounds to Mississippi State. Well, now the Maroons have the tying chance. 12-16 in the first half. Kentucky leading 14-12. Over the center stripe comes Berkshire to Stroud, deep. Stroud breaks to the right. Parsons ran into Graves. Dick Parsons draws his 3rd foul of the game. Kentucky came into Starkville yesterday afternoon, and they worked for 35 or 40 minutes on exactly what Parsons did. Not hitting Graves. Stroud on the line for 1 shot for Mississippi State. Stroud on the line. Got it. So it is 14-13. Kentucky by 1 with 3 straight Mississippi State points. Parsons in front court, moves to the right, hits Lickert. Lickert moves out, gives to Parsons. Jennings is in the middle now as Newman has taken a forward. Newman breaks out, back block doesn't go. He feeds Jennings against Jerry Graves, and the hook shot no good, way short. And Mitchell rebounds for Mississippi State. Up into front court, pass down the right side. Goes to Berkshire. He gets to Mitchell, jumper, no good. Missed the rim and kicked out, nope, not out of bounds. A foul by Mississippi State, Leland Mitchell. That's the first foul on Mitchell and the third foul against the Maroons. An offensive pushing foul by Mitchell. Lickert will be the shooter. Southeastern Conference officials have been instructed not to go by the basketball rules book of the NCAA, but to go by their own rules of not having players hold their hands up. Lickert's free throw is good, and Kentucky leads 15-13. Stroud gives to Berkshire. Percival meeting him at midcourt as he moves in. We've played 8 minutes, 40 seconds here at Starkville, Kentucky leading by 2. Graves gives off to Stroud on the right with a jump shot, no good, short. On the rebound, it is out of bounds, Mississippi State. Graves will put it in play. Hooks it into Mitchell, takes a return in the corner. Drives out, turns back. Lickert forces him back to the corner. Outside deep to Stroud. Over to Berkshire. Back to Stroud. Down the right side to Mitchell. Into the pivot to Graves. A head fake, a break to the right. Back in. Third field goal by Graves and his 8th point to tie the game at 15 apiece. So Kentucky has lost the 4-point lead, 14-10. Here's Parsons, a set and a break to the left. Double team, gives to Newman in the middle of the zone, and a jumper is good. Roger Newman now has 8 points, and Kentucky leads 17-15. Up into front court now, Berkshire against Parsons, 1-1, or rather Percival, 1-1. Straightaway 30 feet, gives on the right side to Mitchell, into pivot to Graves, behind him. Berkshire, shot blocked beautifully by Percival. Rebound Lickert. The catch out of there running 3-on-2. Newman to the left side is fouled as he goes under the basket by Mississippi State forward Joe Dan Gold. Each team has committed 4 fouls, 2 by Gold of Mississippi State. There are 10 minutes and 4 seconds in this first half. Newman will take 2 shots. Fouled as he went under the basket. Newman's hit 2 out of 3. The fans have been booing extremely heavy on Kentucky free throws. Newman refused apparently to take the ball until he had a little bit of quiet. Now he has it back. Fans start screaming, but Newman shoots anyway. Good. Kentucky leads by 3. Second free throw coming. Newman has just hit his 9th point of the game. Top scorer now. Newman's second shot, good. And as Newman hits double figures before the halftime, Kentucky leads again by 4 points at 19-15. Graves up into front court. Here at the midpoint of this first half of play. Moves to the right. Foul. Mississippi State's Leland Mitchell shoving into Ned Jennings. And Mitchell did not have the ball when he drew his second foul of the game. And now paper thrown on the floor. Picked up by Roger Newman and flipped off. 5 fouls against Mississippi State. Jennings is the shooter. He's on the free throw line for the first time in the game. 9:57 to go. Jennings ready to go. Sykes, the shot, short, no good. Outside rebound by Mississippi State's Red Stroud. Stroud gives up into front court to Berkshire, moving down the side. Breaks for the basket down the middle, got it. First Mississippi State guard to get a field goal. 19-17, Kentucky. Dick Parsons in front court for the Wildcats on the left to Newman. Back to Parsons, out front to Lickert. 25 feet. He breaks to the right, and a foul on Leland Mitchell of Mississippi State, who hit the screener, Ned Jennings. Leland Mitchell has drawn his 3rd foul of the game. The officials called it. Neither made the boy hold his hand up. They walk over to the scores table to tell the official scorer who the foul is on. They never give anybody else any idea of what they've called. They keep it as deep a secret as possible. Jennings is on the line, shoots one. Got it. Jennings hitting the first free throw and his third point of the ball game. The bonus rule is in effect against Mississippi State now as they're down by 3, 20-17. Berkshire in front court against Percival, working one-on-one at the moment, gives to Stroud on the left side against Parsons. He breaks to the corner, and they have Parsons switched off on Graves. Stroud shoots good. Red Stroud gets his first field goal of the game, and it's 20-19 Kentucky. Dick Parsons over the center stripe, down the left side to Roger Newman, breaks to the basket, whips it to Jennings in the pivot, outside to Parsons, fakes to the middle. Jennings on the high post gets it, turns at the free throw line, gives it to Parsons to Newman in the corner. Roger Newman moves up the side on a one-bounce dribble, gives it to Jennings in the pivot. He breaks to the baseline, back with a hook, no good. Newman, a beautiful trap, rolls out of there. The ball taken out of bounds, goes to Kentucky. Larry Percival will put it in play on the left side of offensive court. One of the officials now is hit with a paper wad. Percival out to Parsons now. 8.5 minutes to go. Down the right side to Bill Lickert. Babe McCarthy walking out on the floor, the Mississippi State coach, to knock some of the paper back, but still there's more paper out there. Here it is to Percival, down the right side. They take it away from him. Coming up with it, Berkshire feeds, and Mitchell from 10 feet blew the shot. Comes back under, missed it. A foul is called. It is on Lickert of Kentucky. Bill Lickert drawing his first foul of the game. That's number 5 on the Wildcats with 8:08 to play in this first half. And Leland Mitchell of Mississippi State shoots 2. Chance to give the Maroons the lead. The game has twice been tied, 8-all and 15-all. Mitchell, scoreless in this ball game, up for 2 tries now. The first shot good. Mississippi State down by 4, has caught up 20-20. Second shot for Leland Mitchell coming up. It's in and out. Rebounding Roger Newman of Kentucky. Foul by Leland Mitchell. Walking called by Roger Newman. How about that one? Roger Newman knocked to the floor, walking as Mississippi State takes possession of the ball, surprising even the Mississippi State students. And Mississippi State timeout. Their second timeout of the ball game with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. The Maroons call the timeout. Here is your halftime scoring picture. The top man is Roger Newman, Kentucky's 6'4" forward with 10 points, 3 field goals, and 4 out of 5 free throws. Bill Lickert has hit 5 points, 2 field goals, and a free throw. Ned Jennings, 3 points, a field goal, and a free throw, and Larry Percival, 2 points and a field goal. For Mississippi State, Jerry Graves has 8 points, 3 field goals, 2 free throws. Joe Gold has 6 points, 2 field goals, 2 free throws. 3 points by Red Stroud, a field goal and a free throw. Jack Berkshire, 1 field goal, 2 points. And Leland Mitchell has a free throw, 1 out of 2. All 5 of the Maroons have scored. All of the Cats, except Dick Parsons, has scored. If our chart is correct, Parsons has not taken a shot. This is the 3rd time out of the ball game, the 2nd by Mississippi State. Babe McCarthy makes no change in his lineup for the Maroons. For the Kentucky Wildcats, there's no change there. Back in action, Kentucky against UCLA Friday night at the Coliseum, Lexington. Here on these same Standard Oil stations at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. After tonight, Kentucky will have 2 road games all next month. March the 4th, Tennessee at Knoxville, and March the 11th, Marquette at Chicago. The resumption of action being delayed for a moment is Roger Newman having difficulty in getting the steam off the glasses. Or apparently some damage has been done. As trainer Sam Pressman, manager Hunter Durham, Coach Adolph Rupp, and referee Lyle Barnell, all in front of the Kentucky bench working with the glasses. Babe McCarthy complaining to Toby Pace, the other official. And Pace signaling to Babe, just settle down. 7:50 in this first half here at Starkville. This is a Mississippi State timeout. Newman has the glasses fixed now, and we're ready to go. Mississippi State has the ball here on this near right side of offensive court. Jack Berkshire will put it in play. The pass is into Stroud, just in by Court. Over the center line against Parsons. He gives back to Berkshire. Mississippi State a 2-3 offense. Graves gets it on the free throw line, faces Jennings, weaves, breaks for the basket. Foul on Jennings of Kentucky. Second foul by the Kentucky center. And that's 6 fouls against each team. Jerry Graves of Mississippi State will get 1 shot. 7:37 in the first half. The shot, good. And Mississippi State, down by 4 points, has come on top 21-20. Percival in front court breaks to the baseline, bounces out to Lickert. Lickert deep to Parsons. Parsons moves to the right side, gives to Lickert, who brings it out front, giving to Percival. Jennings takes the high pivot and gets the pass. Back to Percival quickly. Over to Parsons, deep to the left, moving to the right. Looks to the middle, nothing there. Fakes, gives back to Percival, takes a return. Kentucky a little confused now. Here it goes over to Percival, moving to the right. Over to the left side to Roger Newman. Hands back to Percival. A 20-foot jump shot. No good. On the rebound, Graves, the only man jumping, got it for Mississippi State. Flips it off at midcourt to Berkshire, and the Maroons with a 1-point lead. We go into the last 7 minutes of the first half, and with a 1-point lead, Mississippi State's going to stall. Over to Stroud. Back to Berkshire. Mississippi State likes to stall when they have a lead, even as little as 1 point, and they're in a freeze right now. Here it is to Gold. Newman took it away from him. Roger Newman slipped right in, snatched it away from Joe Dan Gold. Over to Percival, and the Cats make hay with the first time Mississippi State goes into a stall. On the left side to Newman, kick to Parsons, 25-foot set. His first shot of the game is no good. Lickert with a rebound, hooks it in. And as Bill Lickert hooks in his 7th point of the game, Kentucky leads by 22-21. Wildcats on top by 1 with 6:11 in the first half. The Maroons no longer in the stall here, apparently. Stroud has it straight away. They're in a slow offensive pattern at the moment. Into Jerry Graves in the pivot. Graves breaks in on Jennings, goes out of shooting position. Gives out on the right side to Mitchell. Takes a return. Breaks to the baseline. Triple team, gives back to Mitchell. He takes a shot. Good. Mitchell's first field goal of the game, and Mississippi State leads 23-22. 5:40 in this first half. In front court, Newman on the left side. Whips to Larry Percival. Percival to Newman. 20 feet straight away. The shot, no good. Rebounding Mitchell. Fouled by Newman. First foul of the game by Roger Newman. And it's 1+ for the first time by either team at 5.5 of the first half. The shooter will be Leland Mitchell, who has hit 1 and missed 1. And that, incidentally, is the only free throw that Mississippi State has missed. Mississippi State's ahead by 1 point as Mitchell has a chance for 2 now with a bonus and, in fact, there's time. Mitchell on the line, lays it up. Good. And here will be the first bonus shot of the game. Kentucky timeout before the bonus. It is the second timeout of the game for Kentucky. As at this point, we've already had 4 timeouts, 2 by each team. And with 5.5 minutes to go in this first half, it is 24-22, Mississippi State leading Kentucky. At this point, 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Standard Oil Sports Network.
WVLK in Lexington, Kentucky in 20 seconds, 9:31.
This is Claude Sullivan from the gymnasium in Starkville, Mississippi, the campus of Mississippi State. With a Kentucky timeout, Mississippi State leading by 2 points. The scoring, Jerry Graves of Mississippi State has 9. Joe Dan Gold has 6. Leland Mitchell has 4. Red Stroud, 3. Jack Berkshire, 2. For Kentucky, Roger Newman has 10. Bill Lickert has 7. Ned Jennings, 3. Larry Percival, 2. Parsons, none. The bonus shot for Leland Mitchell, 6'4", Mississippi sophomore from Kiln, K-I-L-N, like a brick. Waiting for the ball, which has not yet been given to Mitchell. Now he has it, and we are ready to get the bonus shot from the Mississippi State forward. Right foot right up on the line. He lays it up. Good. So it is Mississippi State 25, Kentucky 22. The Cats have been out as much as 4, the same for the Maroons. Larry Percival in front court to Newman on the left side. He breaks out, gives deep to Dick Parsons. Parsons weighs Percival in, moves to the right, turns and comes back. Gives to Percival, moving to the right, nobody over there. He comes back to the left, spins back to the right. Jennings moves in. Percival gives. Parsons just barely got it. Mississippi State almost got it. Here's a break for the basket by Lickert. Hooks it back, no good. Tapped by Jennings, no good. Taken off and knocked out of bounds, goes to Kentucky. At the baseline to the left of the basket. It's the Wildcats' ball. 4 minutes and 45 seconds in the first half. Lickert will put it in play over on the left corner of offensive court at the baseline. Lickert calls his play, lobs outside to Ned Jennings. Jennings deep to Percival. Percival looks at Lickert, follows him to the right side, gives back to Parsons, down the left to Newman. Newman fakes, drives in, bounce pass out to Parsons. Into the middle it goes to Roger Newman, breaks for the basket, lays it up no good with a foul against Mississippi State's Joe Dan Gold. 1+ at least for Roger Newman, fouled as he drove for the basket. Mitchell and Gold of Mississippi State have each committed 3. We believe that Roger Newman will get 2 shots. Parsons has committed 3 for Kentucky. That's right, Roger Newman will take 2 for the Wildcats. He's hit 4 out of 5. Kentucky trails by 3 points. Newman's first shot, no good. 4 minutes and 20 seconds in the first half. Newman has a second shot coming, trying for his 11th point of the game. Good. It is 25-23, Mississippi State leading as they take possession of the ball. They've already been in the stall once, and walking up the backcourt is Jack Berkshire. Percival picks him up. He gives a high one to Jerry Graves. Graves gives back outside to Mitchell. Back to Graves, juggles it as Lickert tapped it coming in. 20 feet away, facing Jennings, he gives back to Stroud. Stroud back to Graves in the pivot. Tried to hang Percival up, but they missed him. Mississippi State guards breaking off Graves, trying to get the defensive guard to foul Graves. Wide open, he lays it in good. Jerry Graves got a wide open shot on Ned Jennings. He made a pivot and lost to Jennings, and Mississippi State leads 27-23. Here's Percival out to Newman at the top of the slot. From 15 feet, a jumper is good. Roger Newman quickly canning his 4th field goal. The big score for the Wildcats, who go into a press. It's 27-25, Mississippi State. 3:18 in this first half here at Starkville. Berkshire, one-on-one against Percival. Gives to Graves. And it goes. Stroud lost. Parsons got it. Red Stroud lost Kentucky captain Dick Parsons way out in court then and went in for a gimme. And Mississippi State leads 29-25. Roger Newman gives to Jennings, takes a return, 15-foot jump shot's no good. On the rebound, Larry Percival is fouled by Mississippi State's Leland Mitchell, who fell to the floor, trying to draw attention away from himself because he's got 4 fouls now. Mitchell, Mississippi State, the first player for either team to get 4 fouls, and here comes our first substitute of the game. 1+ for Kentucky's Larry Percival, who's on the free throw line for the first time in the game. 2:48 in the first half, Kentucky down by 4. Neither team has had more than a 4-point lead. Percival hits the free throw, and for Mississippi State, David Glasgow comes in replacing Mitchell. Glasgow, 6'5", 1 inch taller and 190 pounds, a 20-year-old junior from Utica, Mississippi. With 47 points, a 2.9 average, Glasgow's Mississippi State's 8th scorer. So Mississippi State gaining 1 inch of height advantage and a year of experience. The bonus free throw for Kentucky guard Larry Percival. It's good, and Kentucky cuts the Mississippi State lead in half, 29-27. Berkshire for the Maroons past midcourt. This the last game of the season for Mississippi State at home. Stroud breaks to the right on Parsons. Brings it back out front. Parsons runs at him. He jumps but gets it into the pivot to Graves. Graves turns to face Jennings. The middle wide open. He fires off on the right side to goal against Newman. In the middle to Graves. 1-1 on Jennings in a 3-second zone. A hook's no good. Newman with a rebound for Kentucky. Up the way to Lickard at midcourt. Down the right side. Lickard goes to the corner on Glasgow. A bounce pass intended for Roger Newman. Taken by Stroud of Mississippi State. Batted down by Parsons. Stroud holds on. Up over center court. 2:06 in the first half. Berkshire coming to the right side. A high pass to Graves. He got it just barely in the pivot for Mississippi State. On the right side to Gold. He breaks out. Goes to the left and hooks, no good. Newman, another rebound for Kentucky. Out to Percival. Up into front court for the Wildcats. On to the corner it goes to Bill Lickard. And as Lickard now gives it over to Percival, in she goes to Ned Jennings, and a jump shot, no good. Taken off by Graves of Mississippi State. He's up in the front court, and from 15 feet, in and out. On the rebound, Jennings of Kentucky. Over to Percival, and we slow down with 1:27 in the first half. Larry Percival back into front court. Gives to Bill Lickard. From the side, Percival got it. And as Larry Percival punches in his 6th point of the ball game, it's tied up at 29-all. The first time the Cats have tied it up since a 22-21 lead. Now up in the front court, Mississippi State, as they go back to the attack with Berkshire deep and wide to the left. We got a minute to go in the first half. High when the Graves in the pivot at the free throw line. Over to Stroud to the left. Got it, driving. Red Stroud with his 3rd field goal puts Mississippi State on top. 31-29, 46 seconds in the half. Parsons in front court. Out to Percival, 25-footer. It's good. A second straight by Percival ties it up at 31-all. Mississippi State, 31 seconds to go. Maybe setting for one. Berkshire holds it, gives to Graves on the pivot, takes a quick return. 25. The seconds ticking away. Back to Graves. Percival floats back. Graves shoots it back. 17. Berkshire holds it over his head. Percival sloughs off. In it goes to Graves, 10 seconds. He fakes to Glasgow, gives to Stroud, jump shot over Jennings, way short. On the rebound, 4 seconds to go. Dick Parsons up in the front court. On the right to Percival. A foul by Mississippi State's Red Stroud. Time has expired. Stroud of Mississippi State has drawn his first foul, and it is at least 1+ for Larry Percival of Kentucky. Percival has 8 points. No signal yet from the officials. Time has expired. Larry Percival, 1+. Percival has the ball. The shot's good. Larry Percival calmly dropping in the basket that gives Kentucky the halftime lead. And a bonus shot coming up. Paper raining down on the floor as it is good. Larry Percival calmly stepping in here in this last 1 minute of play to cash in 2 field goals and 2 free throws. And the Wildcats take the halftime lead by 33-31. That's it for one half of action. And quite a ball game it's been. Both teams. It gives Mississippi State 1 more inch of height and 1 more year of experience. The Maroons are out and ready to go, and here's Kentucky coming out with no change. Parsons and Percival the guards, Jennings in the pivot, Newman and Lickard will be the forwards. Kentucky led by Newman's 13 and Percival's 10. Mississippi State being led by Graves 11 and Stroud with 7. Graves and Jennings out to jump. Kentucky has 3 inches height advantage. And a 2-point lead, 33-31 as we start the second half. Here's the toss and the tap to Mississippi State. On the left side to Glasgow. An easy lob shot is short. Jennings on the bounce out to Percival. Up in the front court over the center stripe. He sets up out front and stops. Feeds Parsons, who fakes Stroud. Breaks to the right to Jennings, wide open. He missed it. And taken in by Graves of Mississippi State. Beautiful pass by Dick Parsons. Jennings missed the shot right out in front of the basket. Down the right, Jerry Graves 1-1 against Ned Jennings, goes to the corner. Passes out to Glasgow. Now deep Each team has had the ball for one trip and failed to score. Here's Glasgow walking with the ball as he got a pass but couldn't dribble with it, breaking on the basket to Lickard. Kentucky's ball as Mississippi State fails to score after 2 trips down court, still trailing by 2 points. Dick Parsons of Kentucky in front court for the Wildcats. Down the right to Lickard, who brings it out to the free throw line. Gives over to Roger Newman. Newman pivots, passes out to Parsons, to Lickard on the left. Lickard free throw line deep with a whistle from the baseline. A foul on Glasgow of Mississippi State. That's the first foul of the second half. Jennings, the shooter for Kentucky. Jennings has hit 1 out of 2. We have played 57 seconds of our second half. Kentucky still leading by the halftime, 33-31. Jennings, 1 shot, defensive foul. It's up and in. And as Jennings gets his 4th point of the game, Kentucky leads 34-31. Berkshire of Mississippi State in front court. He looks to the middle and gives a high one to Jerry Graves, out to Stroud. Against Parsons, he breaks to the right. Goes to the baseline and misses the shot. Newman with a rebound for Kentucky. Out to Parsons, and it's 3-on-1. Parsons from 10 feet, missed it. Newman taps and misses, and Kentucky blew a 3-on-1 fast break as Parsons elected to shoot from 10 feet out. Over to Berkshire to the right. Glasgow blocked beautifully by Jennings. A foul is called on Ned Jennings. Both officials ran to the scorer's table and did not see Jennings slam the ball into the floor very hard and discuss. The students did. That is the 3rd foul on Jennings, 1 against each team the second half. On the line, Glasgow of Mississippi State, missing, first of 2. That's only the 2nd foul Mississippi State has missed. They're down by 3. 18 and a half minutes yet to go. Glasgow up, shot, good. Now the score now, 34-32. Kentucky takes possession with the lead. Dick Parsons past the center stripe. Down the left side with a pass to Jennings in the corner. Jennings a 1-bounce dribble out to Parsons on the left side. He breaks out to the free throw line, comes all the way to the right, picks up Glasgow, gives out to Percival on the right side, free throw line deep. Lickard is in the pivot. Percival drives. He's got Glasgow on him. Gives out deep to Parsons. Dick Parsons looks at Jennings on the right side of the 3-second zone. Moves toward him against Glasgow. Mississippi State in the zone as expected. Out it goes to Percival. In the pivot to Lickard. Here's the hook from the right side. No good. Newman with a beautiful tap. Rolls out of there. And on the rebound, Mississippi State picking it up. Gold. Up in the front court. Graves dumped it. And a foul on Jennings of Kentucky. The goal, let's see if it'll count. They've already registered the field goal by Jerry Graves. 34-all. And Jennings has just drawn his 4th foul of the game. Graves of Mississippi State, the shooter. So Kentucky blew a 3-on-1 fast break when Dick Parsons elected to shoot from 10 feet out in the court. Now, Babe McCarthy apparently thinks this is the critical part of the ball game because he's bringing Leland Mitchell back in and Glasgow is out of there. So each team has a man with 4 personal. Graves' free throw, good. And as Jennings fouls, Mississippi State has taken the lead by 35-34. The Cats blew a 3-on-1 fast break. That's what's hurting him now. Jennings from the side hits about 5 feet over. He has 3 points in each half. And Kentucky leads 36-35. The Cats had a 2-point halftime lead, 17-23 in this ball game. We're at Starkville, Mississippi. High pass to Graves on the free throw line. Now they'll probably really work on Jennings with those 4 fouls. 2 of them is half. Now Mitchell playing with 4, gives it. Lickard taps it, driving Graves off wide to the right to pick it up. He gives out to Mitchell, deep to Berkshire. Berkshire, a 1-bounce dribble, in the pivot to Graves. Outside to Stroud. Moves off to the right side. Jerry Graves and Percival laying right against each other. The foul to Larry Percival, no good with Graves' jump shot, no good again on a rebound. A fight for the ball. It's Mississippi State hooking it up. Mitchell, no good. Graves lays it in. 5 points this half for Jerry Graves, and Mississippi State moves back ahead. 37-36 on the Wildcats. On the left side to Newman. Breaks for the basket. Comes back with a hook. Good. Roger Newman sacking his 15th point of the game. And Kentucky leads 38-37. So which team will wilt under this basket-to-basket pressure? Berkshire of Mississippi State down the left side with 16:12 to go. Handing off to Graves, or rather to Gold at the baseline against Newman. He batted it away and out of bounds to the Maroons. We have played 4 minutes of the second half. Kentucky leads by 1 point after a 2-point halftime lead. Gold hands into Graves on the left at the baseline. He drives out, misses a shot, out of bounds, Mississippi State. Graves will put it in play at the baseline to the right of the basket, passing to Stroud in the right corner. Stroud moving up the side, deep to Berkshire. Berkshire gives into the pivot to Graves, hands off to Gold. Moving to the left, he gives to Berkshire on the side, wide. Berkshire brings it back out front with a pass to Stroud. Stroud down the right to Mitchell. In the middle it goes to Graves, batted down by Jennings, picked up by Graves. Off at the baseline to the right. Outside to Berkshire. Jennings playing out in front of Graves at the moment. Berkshire gives over to Stroud. We've played 5 minutes of the second half. Kentucky 38, Mississippi State 37. Lickert slaps it out of bounds. Mississippi State's ball on the right side of offensive court as they're in the stall, trying to work everything to Jerry Graves and foul Jennings out of there. Berkshire has it back in play now. High pass to Graves and on the pivot. He's at the free throw line. Off to Gold. Against Newman, he breaks in there, hooks it up and in. Gold gets his first point in well over 10 minutes. And it's 39-38, Mississippi State. In front court, Percival on the right side against Mitchell, breaks. The jump shot, in and out, back in, good. As Larry Percival lays in his 12th point of the game, Kentucky leads 40-39. And the teams continue to fire on even keel this second half. 14-14 to play. Down the right side, it goes to Mitchell. Lickert against him. Graves comes out, goes to the corner. Outside pass to Stroud. Wide to the right. Back to Berkshire. A whistle from the baseline. A foul on Lickert of Kentucky. A pushing foul is Lickert's second foul of the game and the third this half against Kentucky. We have 14 minutes to play, and Mississippi State wants a timeout. The third timeout of the ball game for the Maroons, with Kentucky leading 40-39. Motorist, is the chassis grease in your car working full-time, or does it quit when the going gets rough? Grease, you know, keeps metal parts from wearing by keeping them from touching each other. The new Molly grease your Standard Oil dealer uses in lubricating your car contains a special additive that keeps the lubricating film intact. Molly grease won't wipe out, work out, or wash out. It gives you full-time protection and a more comfortable ride for the life of the job. The use of Molly grease instead of an ordinary chassis lubricant is another service to motorists by Standard Oil dealers. Why not take advantage of it the next time your car needs a grease job? Now let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Standard Oil Sports Network.
WVLK in Lexington, Kentucky. In 20 seconds, 5 past 10.
This is Claude Sullivan from the gymnasium in Starkville, Mississippi, the campus of the Maroons of Mississippi State. We're trailing Kentucky by 40-39 right now, but a free throw coming up. The center, Jerry Graves, an opportunity to tie. Graves with 16 points is the game's leading scorer, one more than Kentucky's Roger Newman. Roger Newman, who has had tap after tap hang and drop off the rim against him this second half. And now Graves of Mississippi State on this third foul of the half against Kentucky. Goes up for one shot. Mississippi State's committed one foul this half. Here's Graves' free throw. Good. Ties the game, 40-40. This, by the way, is the first time the game has been tied in the second half, 6th time in the game. Now Kentucky attacks. Parsons on the right side to Bill Lickert. Breaks out to the free throw line. A one-hand jump shot. Good. As Bill Lickert gets his 9th point of the game. Kentucky goes ahead 42-40. Mississippi State to the attack now. 13:37 to play. Down to Jerry Graves. Into Mitchell on the free throw line against Lickert. A jump shot is short. On the rebound, way high, Roger Newman hooks it in. Moves up the backcourt, stops, short, gives to Percival. On the bounce to Lickard on the right side of offensive court. Looks to Jennings in the pivot, gives it to him, and a foul on Graves of Mississippi State. Jerry Graves draws his first foul of the game. That's number 2 on the Maroons this half. With 13 minutes, 20 seconds left, Jennings is on the line for 1. He's hit 2 out of 3. Kentucky has a 2-point lead, the same as halftime. Each team with 9 points in the second half. Jennings pounding the ball into the floor, sets. The free throw, good. Kentucky 43, Mississippi State 40. Jack Berkshire up the backcourt, past the dividing line for the Maroons. Gives into the middle to Jerry Graves. Hands off, goal from 20 feet. Got it. That's 10 points by Joe Dan Gold. And it's 43-42 Kentucky. 13 minutes to go. Up in the front court, Lickard on the right side. Gives back to Percival. Out to Newman. From 20 feet, the shot, good. Hit nothing but the middle. 17 points by Newman. Gives Kentucky a 45-42 lead. 3 points. In front court now, Berkshire keeps on a crisscross with Stroud, going to the right. Into the middle to Graves at the free throw line. Graves on the right side, gives to Berkshire, breaks out on Percival, fades off to the right side, and comes back out front. 12 and a half minutes left. Over to Stroud. Down the left side, Newman tried to steal. Gold got in, hands off, and the shot from the corner, Berkshire, no good. The rebound, Mitchell. A foul on Lickard of Kentucky, or let's see. Nope, it's Mitchell of Mississippi State, and he has fouled out of the ball game. With 12 minutes and 18 seconds to play. Mitchell pushing Lickard is the call. And he's out of the ball game with 5 points, all in the first half, a field goal and 3 out of 4 free throws. So Babe McCarthy brought Mitchell in when Graves made a 3-point trip and got Mississippi State on top. And now he's lost him. Gene Chatham, C-H-A-T-H-A-M from Rose Hill, a 20-year-old junior, is coming in for the first time tonight. He's 6'7" and 200 pounds, 3 inches taller. With 52 points, an average of 3.2 a game, he's the 7th scorer for Mississippi State. Lickard on the Kentucky free throw line, trying to become the 3rd Wildcat in double figures with 12:18 to go. The shot, no good, rolled off, and Newman tapped it up on the rim with a whistle by the official. He comes to the scorer's table, and they call goaltending against Roger Newman, the first time we have seen it called this season. Newman hit the ball laying on the ring of the basket. So Mississippi State gets possession of the ball, down by 3 points. Stroud in front court for Mississippi State. It did not nullify a basket. It merely gave the Maroons possession of the ball. Gold on the left side, wide, looks at Graves in the pivot. Jennings playing with 4 personals. Gold looks to Graves, taking position in the middle. Lobs it back to Stroud, takes a return. Now to Graves in the pivot. Batted down by Parsons, out of bounds Kentucky as Graves was unable to recover. Dick Parsons into Larry Percival, and Kentucky with a 3-point lead takes possession. 11:45 to go. On the left side to Roger Newman. Newman, a one-bounce dribble, hits Bill Lickard, 25 feet straight away. He moves to the right side, looks at Jennings in the pivot. Bounce pass to Jennings, breaks to the baseline, fakes Graves, the fall-away shot's good. As Ned Jennings has picked up his 6th point of this half. Kentucky leads by 5. This is the longest lead of the ball game for either team, 5 points. Stroud of Mississippi State from 15 feet. Misses with a jump shot. Bill Lickard of Kentucky's got the rebound. A 4-on-2 fast break for Kentucky. Percival from the right misses. A foul charging by Percival of Kentucky. Larry Percival called for his first foul of the game. That's 4 against the Wildcats this half. 3 by Mississippi State. Well, Kentucky twice in this game has had good fast break possibilities and messed them both up. In the first half, or rather early in this half, they had 3-on-1 and failed, and now 4-on-2 they failed. On the line, Stroud of Mississippi State, scoreless this half, shooting 1. He's not missed a free throw. With 11:10 to go, the shot is no good. Rims out of there. Roger Newman goes to the floor, and a jump is called with Jerry Graves. Graves at 6'6" will have 2 inches height advantage for Mississippi State on the Maroon free throw line. Kentucky leads by 5 with 11 minutes and 8 seconds to go. The officials want a towel from the Mississippi State bench to dry the floor where Lickert and Graves hit in possession of that ball simultaneously. Back with you Friday night, 7:45 Eastern Standard Time, Kentucky and UCLA from the Coliseum at Lexington. The second longest and final home stand of the season for the Wildcats, opening up Friday. Kentucky 47, Mississippi State 42 at 11:08 of this second half. This is the first time either team has had a 5-point edge. After the floor is mopped, Jerry Graves wants to mop the brow. The towel back to the maroon bench, and we're ready to resume action. Kentucky led 33-31 at the half. Here's the toss. The tap by Graves to Stroud of Mississippi State. Moves in on Parsons at the free throw line, gives back to Berkshire. Berkshire gives. Newman bats it up in the air, takes it away from Graves. And Kentucky has possession of the ball as it goes over to Larry Percival. Percival past the 10-second line. Angles to the left. Hits Newman. Newman fakes, breaks to the corner, and the jump shot, good. Roger Newman hitting his 6th point of the half, 19th of the game. And Kentucky leads 49-42. Longest lead of the ball game here, 7 points. In front court with 10:35 to go. Stroud, Mississippi State. On the left side to Gold. In the corner to Berkshire. In the pivot it goes to Graves at the baseline. He fakes. The shot's good. Graves coming up with his 8th point of the half and 19th of the game to tie Newman for scoring honors. 49-44 Kentucky. Dick Parsons in front court on to the right side to Lickert. Lickert moves out to the left side. They give him a 20-footer. He doesn't want it. Over it goes to Percival. Down the right to Newman. Into the pivot to Jennings. He tries to shoot. It's blocked, kicked out of bounds. Mississippi State's got it. Kentucky still leading, 49-44. 5-point edge as we go to the last 10 minutes. Berkshire in front court for Mississippi State. Gives it to Stroud. Down the left side. He goes to the corner. Outside pass to Graves. Graves looks down the middle. Gives over to Berkshire. Back to Stroud. Kentucky leads 49-44. Stroud to the left. Gets a 15-footer up and in. First point of the second half by a Mississippi State guard. Cuts the Kentucky 7-point lead down to 3. 49-46. Newman on the left side wide. Gives out front to Parsons. Back to Newman. Here's the shot. Good. Roger Newman hits again. 8th field goal of the game. Kentucky leads 51-46 with 9:10 to go. We're at Starkville tonight. Up in the front court, Stroud of Mississippi State. Over to Berkshire. Deep, fakes left, comes right, drives the middle and gets open, missed the shot. Jennings of Kentucky with a rebound. Over to Percival. Up in the front court for the Wildcats, who one time led by 7. Down the right, Percival gives to Jennings at the free throw line. A jump shot, no good. Rebounding Lickert has it knocked out of bounds by Berkshire of Mississippi State. 8 minutes, 44 seconds in this ball game as Lickert over the baseline to the right of the basket will put it in play. Gives to Jennings, another jump shot, and another shot short. Newman taps, no good. Outside, Percival rebounds. Down to the left corner to Newman. Back to Percival. Outside to Dick Parsons. Fakes the set shot. Gives over to Lickert. Lickert moves into the free throw line. Gives out to Percival. 8:21 left as Newman, or rather Lickert, gives to Jennings. He lobs a hook up, and it's no good. Graves of Mississippi State with a rebound. Newman punches, but can't get to it. Graves gets it into front court, almost lost it into his knees. Over to Berkshire, a 20-footer, it's short. On the rebound, Lickert of Kentucky gets the Cats running, 3-3. Into front court, he angles down the right side, doesn't go through with it. Hands off to Parsons, who looks to the middle, and Jennings isn't there yet. Outside to Percival, down in the left corner to Jennings. Jennings outside to Percival, wide to the left. Back to Jennings in the corner. In on the baseline to Newman. Drives the basket, hooks it back and in. Good with a foul on the play. The goal counts. It is against Mississippi State. It is against Joe Dan Gold. That's his 4th foul of the game. Newman's field goal is 5th of the half and 23rd point of the game since Kentucky ahead 53-46. The second time that they've had a 7-point lead. And Newman has a free throw coming. He's hit 5 out of 7. First time he's been up for one this half. The shot's good. And a 3-point trip by Roger Newman gives Kentucky the lead at 54-46. And it's timeout, Mississippi State. The 4th timeout of the game by the Maroons. Oh, with the Mississippi State timeout, they'll have only one more coming. This game has really been a whopper. tremendous ball game we've seen. Another 7 minutes and 44 seconds to play. But at this point of the game, Kentucky has opened up its longest lead on that three-point trip by Roger Newman. The Cats were ahead by 47-42, the first 5-point lead of the game by either team at 11:08. Mississippi State was able to close the gap to 3 at 49-46. But Kentucky was able to bound back here now on that three-point trip by Roger Newman, who's doing a tremendous job for the Cats tonight. He's hit 11 points this half and has scored 24 points for the game, equaling his previous highs against Illinois and Georgia. Another point tonight by Roger Newman will give him his biggest night of the season. Jennings has scored 6 points this half, and he's playing now with 4 personals. Gives him 9 for the game. Lickard has scored 2 this half for 9, and Percival has scored 2 this half. He now has 12. It's Mississippi State's ball. The game, incidentally, has been tied only one time this half, 40-40. However, the teams did jockey back and forth between a 1-point lead. Mississippi State leading 35-34, the Cats coming back 36-35, Mississippi State back 37-36, and so forth. Then leveled off at a 40-40 tie. Now Mississippi State takes the ball and we go back to play. Into the middle it goes to Graves on the free throw line. Off the right side it goes to Bircher. Bircher lobs one back to Graves in the pivot, trying to get Jennings out of there. He's got 4 against him now. Mississippi State's lost Mitchell. Bircher from the right. Hits. What a jump shot. Jack Bircher gets his first point of the second half. 54-48. Kentucky leads with Dick Parsons in front court. Hits Newman on the left side. Goes to the corner. Gives to Jennings at the baseline. He pulls up. Foul as he takes a jump shot by Mississippi State's Gene Chatham. Chatham's first foul of the game. That's 5 on Mississippi State this second half. 4 committed by the Wildcats. Jennings, who's hit 3 out of 4, shoots 1 only. Archekis, he's got 2. Good with the first one. Jennings has a second try coming as the Cats stretch out a 7-point lead. 7 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Jennings back to the line, the second shot good. And Kentucky, for the second time in the game, has a lead of 8 points. It's 56-48. Clock shows 7:10 to go. Up into front court, Stroud of Mississippi State against Parsons, moves to the right, takes a 20-foot jump shot, good! Stroud hit the floor after he shot to cut the Kentucky lead to 56-50. Percival in front court for the Cats. Down the left side to Newman, in the pivot to Jennings, who breaks for the basket. Fouled again by Chatham as he takes a jump shot. For Chatham, that's his second foul. And that's 6 against the Maroons now, this half. The bonus is in effect next time. This is a 2-shot foul. Jennings up for a pair. 6 minutes, 49 seconds to play. The first shot, good. Jennings cans his 9th point of the half. Kentucky leads by 7. Jennings on the line for the second shot. Looks good, is good. As Jennings pecks away again, Kentucky for the third time in the game has the lead by 8 points, 58-50, and our clock shows 6:42. Jump shot, no, it's good by Bircher, but it's nullified. He was fouled before the shot by Larry Percival of Kentucky. That's Percival's second foul of the game. 5 against the Wildcats this second half. Mississippi State's Jack Bircher will take 1. He's on the free throw line for the first time in the game. Jerry Graves complaining about the decision that nullified the basket. It is not Bircher that will be shooting. The shooter is Chatham. Chatham has 1 shot, and it's in and out. Tapped out of bounds. Goes to Kentucky opposite Jerry Graves. Then the official changes his mind and gives it to Mississippi State. He definitely changed his mind. Graves will put it in play. Bounce pass on the baseline. Passes out deep to Jack Bircher. Bircher against Dick Parsons. Moves to the right side. Turns his back to the basket. Goes to the corner. Back to Graves, who breaks down the middle. A foul, charging. Wait a minute. Blocking by Roger Newman. First foul of the second half on Roger Newman. That's number 2 against Newman for the ball game. Now each team has committed 6 this second half. And as Graves goes to the Mississippi State free throw line for 1 shot, this is the last time The bonus is not in effect. Graves' free throw, good. And so now it's 58-51 Kentucky. We have 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Percival in front court on the right to Lickert. Lickert moving back out front with the ball, gives to Dick Parsons. Parsons back to Lickert. Roger Newman playing the pivot, gets the pass against Graves, breaks for the basket, and missed it. Graves rebounds for Mississippi State. Breaks out of there against Dick Parsons. Gets up over the center stripe. Takes it down the right side, facing Ned Jennings. Goes to the baseline at the right. Passes outside to Berkshire now. 5:40 to go. Back to Graves in the pivot. The hook shot way short. Out of bounds. Kentucky. Larry Percival, the bounce pass into Dick Parsons. Kentucky leads by 7 with 5:26 to go. Dick Parsons in front court. On the right side, a bad pass, almost missed by Lickert out of bounds. Lickert breaks out for the basket, hooks it up and in. Beautiful play by Lickert, driving for his 11th point of the game. Kentucky leads 60-51. This is the longest lead of the ball game by either team at 5:07. Up Berkshire, breaks to the right for Mississippi State. Falls away on the side. Bounce pass goes into Graves on the pivot against Percival. He lays it up, no good. A foul on Percival of Kentucky. It is his 3rd foul of the game, and Graves will be getting either 2 or 1 plus. 4 minutes and 56 seconds to go. 4:56. Graves takes 2 shots. Graves has not missed a free throw. He is 6 for 6 and has 20 points. He has 7 field goals, 6 free throws. Here's the first of 2. Good. Cuts the Kentucky lead to 8 points, and Graves will have a second shot. He had 11 points to pace the Maroons the first half. He hits again, and the score is Kentucky 60, Mississippi State 53. Dick Parsons takes the pass, returns to Larry Percival, and Percival moving up to midcourt. A whistle and timeout, Kentucky. Here is the 3rd timeout of the ball game called by Kentucky. It is the 7th one we've had. And right at this point, 4 minutes and 52 seconds remain to play. So at 4:52 of this ball game, Kentucky 60, Mississippi State 53. 7-point lead for the Wildcats, who had one 9-point lead, 60-51. But 2 free throws by Jerry Graves has cut her down to 7. Kentucky this half has seen Roger Newman hit 11 points. And for the game, Newman has registered 9 field goals and 6 free throws. Newman hitting 11 points this half has 24 for the ball game. Ned Jennings has come back strong for 10 points this half after a 3-point first half, gives him 13 for the game. Bill Lickert is the 3rd Wildcat, Checkers, the 4th Wildcat to hit double figures. He now has 10 points, 11 points rather, 5 field goals and a free throw. Dick Parsons, the only Wildcat not in double figures, has not scored. No free throws, and according to our shot charts, Parsons has had just 2 shots, missed them both. A lot of paper has been thrown on the floor at the timeout. That's being thrown back along the edge of the stands by Mississippi State guard Jack Berkshire. Parsons out of bounds, just in backcourt to get it in play. Passes into Larry Percival. Mississippi State's going to the press now. Percival, as Berkshire sits down, moves into front court from the free throw line, flips left side to Parsons. Here's his shot. Bounces twice on the rim and comes off of there, no good. Racing for the ball, it's out of bounds, Mississippi State. Berkshire to Stroud. Over the center stripe. He gives to Berkshire. Moving to the left. 4.5 minutes to go. In the pivot. Breaking for the basket. Goal. Blocked beautifully by Newman, who takes it for Kentucky. Gives it over to Larry Percival. Percival in front court for Kentucky now. Moves to the free throw line. And the jump shot, it's good. As Larry Percival cans his 14th point of the game, Kentucky leads 62-53. It's the second time the Cats have been ahead by 9. Here's Gold against Newman, breaking, shooting, good. Pushing foul by Newman. The goal counts. Gold's 3rd foul of the game. The foul by Roger Newman is his 3rd. Clock stops with 4:03 to go. The shooter is Joe Dan Gold, who suddenly has been shifted into the Mississippi State pivot against Roger Newman. Now, will that require a change in defensive strategy by Kentucky? Will Newman be able to handle Gold here in the pivot? Here's Gold on the line. One shot. It's no good. Percival rebounds for Kentucky with a 62-55 lead. Up it comes to Bill Lickert in front court. On the right side wide. He brings it back out front. Standing 25 feet straight away. Lickert calls Percival out. Everybody's closely guarded. He gives it over to Dick Parsons finally with 3:45 to go. Parsons moves to the left. Circles, comes back outside, gives to Percival. Fakes to the pivot. Chatham was ready to break right in front of him. In the pivot to Newman. Newman back with a hook that's no good. On the rebound, Gold of Mississippi State. Up to Stroud. In front court on the left side. It goes to Berkshire. He's open. The shot's good. So Mississippi State is coming back now. They've cut the Kentucky lead to 62-57. Still plenty of time to go. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Lickert at the free throw line for a jump shot. It's short. Out of bounds, untouched to Mississippi State. So the Wildcats are a little shaky right now. They have a 5-point lead, but the Maroons are coming back with 3 minutes to go. Berkshire in front court. Into the pivot to Gold against Roger Newman. He drives and shoots. No good. Jennings gets the rebound for Kentucky. A bounce pass over to Lickert. The Cats have quit running now. Mississippi State backing off of Lickert to let him bring the ball into front court unopposed. Lickert gives off the right side deep to Dick Parsons. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Kentucky with a 5-point lead. Parsons down the right to Lickert. Lickert moves out with the ball. Straight away 25 feet. Pivots, passes over to Parsons. 2.5 minutes to go. Parsons down the right to Larry Percival. He's fouled by Berkshire of Mississippi State. Berkshire drawing his second foul of the game. And it is 1+ for the first time in the second half. 2 minutes, 26 seconds to go. Timeout, Kentucky. So we've had 8 timeouts in the game, 4 by each team. And at this timeout, we have 2 minutes, 26 seconds to go. Kentucky leads 62-57. But since the last timeout, Mississippi State has pumped in 2 field goals to cut that Cat lead from 9-5 very quickly. Well, as we go down to the clutch 2:26, let's take 10 for station identification. This is the Standard Oil Sports Network.
WVOK in Lexington, Kentucky. In 10 seconds, it will be 28 past 10.
This is Claude Sullivan from the gym in Starkville, Mississippi, on the campus of Mississippi State. Well, we go now to the final thrilling 2 minutes, 26 seconds of play. In the first 10 minutes tonight, Kentucky moved up 19-15. At halftime, 33-31. At the midpoint of this half, 49-44. And this half, Kentucky has had the lead by as much as 9 points. The last time at 62-53. Right now, 62-57, and Larry Percival is on a Kentucky free throw line. He's shooting 1+. First time the second half it's been in effect. A big one here for Percival. He shoots, no good, short. Mississippi State's got the rebound. Berkshire committed a foul up in the front court. Down the right side, gives to Berkshire. Back on the side it goes, and into the ball game at the timeout. White has it stolen by Larry Percival of Kentucky. Mac White, a 19-year-old sophomore from Jackson, 6'4", 188, had the ball stolen by Larry Percival. Here's Parsons down the right side to Percival. 2:05, and the Cats on a stall now with Lickert out front with the ball. Gold moves in on him. He gives to Roger Newman. Double team. The bounce pass goes over to Bill Lickert. Lickert out to Larry Percival. Percival pivots, comes to the right. Gives to Roger Newman. Newman is double teamed at midcourt. Pivots. A bounce pass over to Parsons. Down the right to Larry Percival. Moves into the baseline. Pivots and comes back up to the outside. Kentucky in a stall. 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Lickert down the right to Parsons. Parsons pivoting. Lickert broke for the basket. Parsons didn't risk the pass. Back to Newman. They bat it in the backcourt. Roger Newman picks it up. Gives to Lickert in front court in the right corner. Lickert moving up the side. Out front to Percival. 1 minute, 25 to go. Here's Parsons now wide. Comes out front with the ball. Parsons down the right to Lickert. Lickert, Stroud failing to get it. Gives over to Percival. 1 minute, 15 to go. Ball knocked out of bounds by Berkshire of Mississippi State. Larry Percival out of bounds, gives in the backcourt to Dick Parsons. He fakes over the line and brings it down the left side to Roger Newman. Newman out straight away on the ball. A bounce pass to Percival. He's guarded by 2 men. Breaks to the right. Circles, comes out front with 52 seconds to go. It goes to Lickert, fouled by Berkshire of Mississippi State. Bircher draws his third foul. So Kentucky, with 51 seconds to go, has Lickard on the free throw line. He is shooting 1+. Lickard has hit one and missed one in this ball game. Now here's Lickard. The free throw, good, and he'll get the bonus. So this will be the first bonus of the second half. Wildcats ahead now by 6 points, and 51 seconds remain. Here's Lickard with a bonus shot. Short, bounces over and in. And as Lickard drops in both free throws, Kentucky now leads by 7. Up in the front court, Graves drops the ball under the basket, picks it up. A foul as he lays it in. No good. Foul by Jennings. And that is all of it for Big Ned Jennings with 44 seconds left. With 44 seconds to go, Jennings fouls out. But he's been a tremendous man for Kentucky this second half. As witness the reaction here at Starkville when he leaves. He has 13 points as he leaves the game. 3 field goals, 7 out of 8 free throws. Leland Mitchell fouled out for Mississippi State at 12:18 of the second half. So each team has lost a starter. Carroll Burchett becomes Kentucky's first substitute, a 23-year-old junior from Flat Gap. He's 6'4", 203. Has 97 points, a 6'4" average, is 5th in scoring for the Cats at a 19-point game against LSU. Graves of Mississippi State shoots, it's good, and he'll get the bonus. So Graves getting a bonus. The first time this half, Mississippi State's had the bonus shot. They're down by 6 points. Bonus no good. On the fight for the rebound, Lickard of Kentucky comes up with possession. Seconds to go now. It's up to Roger Newman. He pivots high and goes to Carroll Burchett. He's left wide open and missed it. Tapped it up, no good. Graves, Mississippi State, fouled by Burchett of Kentucky. Carroll Burchett has drawn a foul. Kentucky 64, Mississippi State 58. 31 seconds to go. No one was within 10 feet of Burchett. So he tapped it up too, rather wide open, and missed it, and Jerry Graves, Mississippi State, back 1+. Graves missed only one. This shot's good, and he gets the bonus. So from the free throw line, Graves has cut the Kentucky lead to 5. He has a bonus strike coming, and the ball is in play. 31 seconds left. Graves' bonus shot, good. Kentucky gets the ball with a 64-60 lead. The pass is into Larry Percival. The clock is moving. Up it goes to Lickard. Lickard past the dividing line. Is held up in front court now. On the left to Percival. To Roger Newman in the corner. Newman has it taken away. Burchett bats it down on the floor. Fight for the ball. Mississippi State's got it. 13 seconds to go. Hyman on the left side. Picking it up. White takes a jump shot. No good. Graves with a rebound. Lays it up. No good. A foul has been called. It is against Burchett of Kentucky with 6 seconds to go. Burchett has drawn a second foul. Now only 6 seconds to go. And Mississippi State's Jerry Graves is up to the free throw line for 2 shots, we believe. Timeout has been called by Mississippi State. According to our records, the last timeout of the ball game allowed the Maroons. And here, with only 6 seconds to go, is the situation. The score is Kentucky 64, Mississippi State 60. Jerry Graves is on the line for 2 free throws. And don't count the Maroons out. They are not out of this ball game. Because if Graves can hit that first free throw, miss the second one, tap it in with a foul, these Maroons have the ball game right within their grasp. That's in a spine tingler that is going right to the wire. Kentucky has a 4-point lead. And Mississippi State has called this timeout for Babe McCarthy to decide the strategy that he will be using when we resume action. Kentucky, by the way, has called 4 timeouts, so this is number 9 in this ball game. That has seen the coaches keep as close control as possible on this contest. Roger Newman has been Kentucky's big scorer with 11 points this half, 24 for the game. And now Mississippi State's back and Kentucky is returning. Jerry Graves is on the free throw line. He's hit 11 out of 12. And this time it's 2 shots. So Graves has a chance to cut the Kentucky lead in half with 6 seconds to go. The house is quiet as Graves' first shot is up and in. So now the Maroons are down by just 3 points. And Graves, another shot coming. He's on the line, looks in, the shot's good, Kentucky gets the ball with a 2-point lead. Bill Lickert out of bounds. The pass is into Larry Percival. The clock starts moving. Percival is immediately fouled by Berkshire with 4 seconds left. So is it going to be deliberate as Berkshire drew his 4th foul very quickly. Berkshire fouled Percival real quick to get that clock stopped as soon as he possibly could. And let's see whether Percival gets 1 or 2. 1 shot. No, 2 shots. Now 1 shot. Looked to us like the baseline official said 2. Percival has the ball. 2-point lead. The shot, it's good. It's good as Larry Percival drops it in. The Cats lead by 3, and he'll take a bonus shot lead. 4 seconds to go. Kentucky 65-62 over Mississippi State. Percival on the line for a bonus try. He got it. And as Percival drops them both in, Mississippi State with 4 seconds to go loses the ball out of bounds. Touch it at all. So the ball goes to Kentucky directly under their own basket. Nobody touched it. So out of bounds to Kentucky, right under their own basket. Larry Percival will put it in play. Kentucky with a 4-point lead, 66-62. Percival out of bounds, gives to Burchett on the left corner. Burchett holds it over his head and is fouled with no time to go. So Kentucky has won the ball game. Kentucky has defeated Mississippi State on the home floor. Burchett will tell us how much. He's Kentucky's only substitute, and he's up for a free throw, 1+. It can be 4, 5, or 6 points. Burchett shoots good. So Burchett will take a bonus. Mississippi State has been defeated. Now by 5, and the last shot of the ball game is good by Carol Burchett, and the final score, Kentucky 68, Mississippi State 62. So the Wildcats become the only team to whip Mississippi State on their home.